Hey there, Stan Watson here from Diamond Machining Technology, the world leader in diamond sharpening tools. Here to talk to you about a couple of products today, our DMT 6-inch diamond whetstone and our DMT Double Sided Diafold, and how these can serve to suit your sharpening needs with a variety of DIY tools. With these two products and the different grits that I'll go through with you, it can make your life easier, simpler, and safer. Stay tuned. The first DIY tool I want to talk to you about today is something that everybody has, and it's your kitchen knives. But before I go into that detail, I want to talk to you about the different grits that DMT has on their 6-inch diamond whetstones. Now, the first thing I want to talk to you about is the 4 different diamond grits that DMT offers. We start out with a very coarse 220 grit, 60 micron diamond stone in black, progress to a 325 grit, 45 micron stone in blue, progress further to a 600 grit red whetstone, 25 microns, our most popular grit, and finish with the extra fine 1200 grit 9 micron stone. So what I'll start with is the red 600 grit stone, which is, like I said, our most popular. You set the angle by starting at 90, half of that is 45, half of that is 22 and a half. We're going to start stroking from heel to toe, just like you're trying to take a slice off of the stone. 3, 4, 5, flip over to do the other side. 1, 2, light, even pressure, 5 strokes on a side. Now we'll progress to the extra fine, the green stone, heel to toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the tip here is if you finish up with lighter pressure, you'll get a finer edge. And that's all there is to maintaining your kitchen knife. And sharpening chisels is pretty easy. Just make sure you match that bevel angle. Rock it back and forth until you feel that flat on the stone, and then back and forth. Nice, light, even pressure. Just let the diamond do the work. Check your angle a couple of times. And if you sharpen your chisels before they get really dull, the only thing you'll really need to do is work on the fine grit 600 grit stone. Plain iron, much the same way. Rock that back and forth until you're flat on that bevel. And a few simple strokes back and forth will keep you woodworking and not sharpening. Another DIY tool, a putty knife, can be sharpened and tuned up on a coarse diamond stone. Be surprised at how easy it is, how much easier it makes your work with a tuned up, sharpened putty knife. Another DIY tool is, you find in the home all the time, is scissors, which we will sharpen with our fine and extra fine double-sided diafold. And the trick to this is rocking it back and forth so you can see the reflected light off the bevel. So that now the bevel is level. You need to hold the sharpener level and stroke along the entire edge of that bevel. Now scissors are symmetrical, so what you need to do is just flip them around 180 degrees, find that bevel again, and then just stroke, same number of strokes on each side. And with router bits, generally speaking, use the fine grit diamond, and first take the bearing off the router bit, and just like scissors, they're symmetrical. Lay the flute right down on that diamond surface and count the strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Flip the bit around. Lay the face flat on the diamond surface. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's that simple for router bits. And axes use our extra coarse black 220 diamond grit. Just lay the axe overhanging on the edge of a table, stroke into the cutting edge, flip the axe over to get at the other side. Same number of strokes. And if you take the time to do this just for a few seconds while you're using the axe before and when you're done, before you put it away, you'll make your splitting lots easier. And head shears are just like scissors. We open this up using our coarse diamond grit. We find where that bevel edge is, and this side happens to be straight up and down. So we just stroke using a coarse diamond to clean that surface up. When we rotate this around, this is where really the bevel is on this blade. Rotate that back and forth and find where it's level. And stroke into the cutting edge. And so keep your head shears sharp and safe to use. Thanks for choosing DMT.